Yeah.
Gets out there, hits a bomb. Jupiter's big, bro. You're talking about a minor league St. Louis Cardinals. I mean, it's big. It's a wood bat at a 17-year-old is not easy. So those 98, and now everybody's like, what the heck? And ends up being a All-American, goes back, and now they let him hit, makes the USA team, hitting. Now he was in the big leagues at what, 20?
He broke in at 21.
21, started shortstop, St. Louis Cardinals. Doesn't pitch, never pitched again, really.
Wow.
They always had it in his back pocket, I guess, when he got drafted, because I think at the time people were kind of contemplating, right? Still, like because he was probably at the time he probably was 100 off the mound, but he started hitting, so people are like, "Oh shit!" Like maybe there's something here. He always had good feet and hands, and I don't know. Just one day something clicked, and it just goes to show you that the kid at 12, 13, 14 that was a PO is in the big leagues with the Cardinals and probably about to get paid a lot of money pretty soon.
Yeah,
is a starting shortstop in the St. Louis Cardinals and hitting like. Hit over. What did he do this year? He hit pretty well, didn't he? But
he was about 270 with 15 pumps and let off, and he slowly he started out in the 9-hole and kept hitting. They move him up to the leadoff and just never looked back, and puts together tough at bats. He's up there and then comes into a little bit of power, and you kind of see it through his minor league career where at every level there's a learning curve, and it's a lot of, hey, I'm kind of getting the feel for it, I'm kind of hitting for contact, and then about halfway through the season, it's like, I've got these guys figured out a little bit. Let me let it loose, and his power numbers.
What was his biggest? We have another guest here. We'll talk a little bit too about it. But what was his biggest obstacle to overcome when he was like, say, in the minor leagues? What was like? Is it just the grind? Was the bus drives? Was it the day to day? Was it? What was his? I mean, he's a hard worker, so I don't think that was an issue where you're like, I'm
homesick.
Yeah, what was the biggest obstacle you think for him to overcome?
A lot of guys do get homesick.
Yeah.
For him, understanding, getting the routine down, getting the schedule down, and knowing that you got to go out there and play at 100% every day, and you have to be really locked in. These guys are good, and you can't take a day off. Like you can't take an at bat off.
There's got to be a mental toughness that goes with this.
That's what I was about to say.
Where they can take, you got to have the mental fortitude to understand that every rep is an opportunity. And I think that's hard at 19, 18.
Well, 19. That's what I was about to say, because he's not a Braden Montgomery's a different boat, bro. You're 21. You've been 3 years of college. You've been to big universities. You've kind of grown up. There's not a lot of 18-year-olds that are disciplined enough to go, here's, he was a second rounder?
He ended up being a second round, and there's a caveat to it, but paid it like a first rounder.
Okay, so it's a lot of money for an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to Dason what he spent his money on here in a minute. But that's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of money for an 18-year-old.
It's already blind.